Hello, welcome to my video for my Minecraft plugin, The Last Spartans. This plugin is a server-side based plugin, so that means the client you don't need to download anything, you just have to connect to my server. And what it does is it adds first-person shooter gameplay to Minecraft. So I've added guns, I've added grenades, I've added jetpacks, other utility items, a matchmaking component, and an open PvP component, and I'm going to go over all of it, and I hope that you enjoy what you see. So the first thing I'm just going to show is the armor station. So each player is given armor every time they spawn, and the armor's color is set to green by default. But in the spawn area, which is this area here that I'm in right now, you can change your armor color by hitting the blocks, the associated blocks, and it will change your color of your armor. So I'm just going to set my armor, and then you can also come over to this station here, and you can adjust your red, green, and blue values just by hitting blocks. So if I want to add more green, I just hit the solid green block, and you'll see my character is getting more and more green. Get rid of the green, it goes back to yellowy. In the spawn area you can't use guns or anything, but you can change your armor like I just showed you there, or there's also two ways to play the game. One is there's an open PvP area, which is just a big map with the guns and utility items spawned all around it, which you can basically just free roam around. You just want to basically kill as many people as you can. I also have leaderboards set up for these associated, for the open PvP world, for example. It has a leaderboard, so whoever has the top kills will raise the top. Also, there's a matchmaking component where you can queue up for a game, and once there's enough players, you all get teleported to one area. You'll start at a score of 0, and the first to 15 kills wins the match. And there's also a leaderboard for the matchmaking. So I'm going to show you the open PvP world now. So now that I'm in the world, I can actually use my guns. When I switch sounds, you can zoom in for certain guns that have zoom capabilities. So the first thing to show is how to reload and how to basically change your guns. So what I've done is normally in Minecraft you can drop a item hitting the Q key or whatever your drop item is bound to. I've replaced that when you're holding an item like a weapon that I've created. When you go to drop it with the Q key, it instead reloads it. Now if you want to still get the dropping, be able to drop your weapon, all you have to do is hold down shift so you're crouching, and then hit Q, and you will actually drop your item. Then you can pick it back up, and yeah, so you see I can't reload because I guess I'm out of ammo. Just finished testing that by actually shooting it, and yeah, the gun disappears, so I was out of ammo there. So you can only pick up 2 guns at a time, you can only have 2 grenades at a time, but you can have multiple utilities, and I'll go over those in a bit. So I just picked up a new gun. This one also has a zoom. So each gun has its own characteristics. This is just to try to be able to make the game a little bit more varied. So the next thing I'll show you is grenades. So you see I got 2 different types of grenades here. When I throw them, they have animation and they'll explode with a sound and a little animation too. Sometimes my bouncing isn't exactly the best all the time. There is some, it just depends what angle it hits the surface at, it might bounce oddly. But that's alright. Same thing, this is a different type of grenade. It's if you've ever played Halo, there's a plasma grenade, and it's the same idea as that, where you can actually, if there's an opponent, you can throw this and attach it to them, and they will die. So I got the two guns, I got some grenades. The next thing I'm going to show you is how I've added a jetpack. So in this open PvP world, you can limitlessly use the jetpack. You can just fly around forever. If you're in a matchmaking game though, or other type of game, you're limited to a 4-second jetpack. So the way to activate the jetpack is by double jumping. So jump, jump, and now I'm flying. So you'll hear a sound, and it basically flies in the direction you're looking. So if I look down, I'll go down. If I look up, I'll go up. If I go look to the left, I'll start flying to the left. Yeah, so basically there's a jetpack and there's a little animation that you can see. You got a fire coming out of you with your back. And yeah, to deactivate it, you just double jump again and it's deactivated. Another type of utility thing that I've added is instead of sprinting, you'll activate a thruster pack, which will just propel you in whatever direction you're looking for. It's a second and a half to 2 seconds. So I'll just show you. If I double press forward, which would normally sprint, you'll hear the sound that got played, and my guy just went forward. So I can also jump up and use the control key to do the same thing. It's on a cooldown, so you can't just fly around everywhere, but it's good for jumping across far distances, and when you're limited with the jetpack, you can use them in combination to get across areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to. So that's those two utility things there. Just one sec, I'm going to bring someone over so we can test. So you also see that where there's normally a health bar in Minecraft, it's been replaced with this blue counter. That's actually an energy shield, so when I shoot somebody, they take damage, and when it's their shield, it plays the blue effect. So now I'll get shot, you'll see the shield goes down. Now I'm getting hurt with health, and there's a blood particle effect. One thing else you might have noticed is when I was shooting there plays a I flash the damage that is being applied to a player. So if I'm shooting this person in front of me, above their head, it will show the damage that's being affected to them. So you see 4, and that just shows you that you're hitting them. It's basically like in World of Warcraft or Destiny or something, or where you can see the actual damage that you're doing to the player. So that covers that, as well as I also have a fairly crude melee. So if I just right click them, I've done a third of the total damage to kill him. If I hit him again, I've almost totally killed him. So it's around 20 plus damage, I believe, when you melee them. So if you get close, you can melee each other for lots of damage. And then, so now I'm just going to show you some of the I'll show you some of the other guns first. So if I come here and I pick up a gun, so I'll show you the rocket launcher, So the rocket launcher has a zoom on it, and when you shoot, it shoots out a rocket, which has a trail effect, and when it collides with the block or person, it will explode and do damage and make a particle effect. So you can even use it for a rocket shotgun, where I just launch myself up with it, or you can use it to kill. Reload it, and yeah, so that's the rockets. Just go find another weapon. Shotgun. So the shotgun is a hit scan weapon up close. It checks in an area effect damage in front of the player, and it also shoots projectile and has a crazy particle effect. So everybody knows that shotgun. But up close, it's a deadly one-shot kill, and yeah, it's basically it with the shotgun. But it works good with you having a gun with a rifle, a zoom effect for long distances. As good as to pair up. Let me just try to find another weapon. So we got a sniper rifle up here. So the sniper rifle has two zoom modes. One zoom will zoom in to 3 times magnification, another zoom is 10 times magnification. And you can use it, well, when you shoot it, it also has a trail effect. So that way it's more balanced. You can see when someone's using the sniper rifle across the map. So let me just bring this other player up here so that we can try to shoot him. Success. So that is the sniper rifle. So next up I'm going to start showing you some utilities. There's still a few more guns, but when I get to them I'll show you them. So utilities are things that are usually time-based or totally just like for fun. Things that I've added. So for example, this fire-looking one is called the Predator Vision. What it does is when I enable it, it actually places a hologram to track players. So if I go in this direction, it should be the player Blaze face should be down here. And yes, he is. So I'll activate again, you can see it displays a hologram over their head. Okay. The next thing is a cloaking device. Now I'm going to try to give it to this other player. Let's see if he can. So when the cloaking device gets activated, the player turns invisible, but the item in their hand still stays, and they can deactivate it to become visible again, and it's based on a time basis as well. So now I'm just going to show you. There's also an effect that when I'm activating it, there's a portal effect. So it kind of counterbalances the fact that you're invisible. And yeah, so the longer you have it activated, the longer your vision gets. I'll go grab another utility item up here. So the grappling hook. This is my grappling hook where you can basically become Spider-Man and use it to travel. Where, say if I want to get up there, I can shoot and it will pull me up there, and then when I get there it will let me go. Now something else that I've added is if you shoot a player, it will pull them towards you. So if I shoot this player, get over here! He will be launched into the air and pulled towards me. That's just kind of like a fun little thing, but the grappling hook is useful utility find the guns. Oh, that's the cloak. So here's the translocator. The translocator is an item that's in the Unreal tournament games where it generally shoots out of the disc, and when you activate it, it teleports you to wherever that disc is. So you can use it to, I don't know, traverse distances, get out of the way of line of fire without exposing yourself. It's just another fun utility, but it also allows you to, if you translocate to where a player is standing, so I've shot this, it's falling through. But if I translocate to where a player's location is at, I actually killed him. So I've just killed him by translocating to his location. So that is the bulk of the plugin. The other things are just matchmaking, a few guns like a sword, and maybe it's just the sword I haven't shown you. Yeah, so that is basically the bulk of the plugin. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that your level in Minecraft actually represents how many shots you have in your current clip. And also there's your experience bar is actually the shot timer for your shots and your reload timer. So the blue bar just basically shows you how much time you have between shots for a reload to occur. And another thing you'll see is I just performed just did a headshot, and yeah, guns do more damage if you manage to shoot the player in the head, which is just allows you to be more competitive with your shots, I guess. So yeah, that is basically the bulk of the plugin.